a Sunday afternoon. I got my man Stanley Jenkins. He goes by Stan the Man in the studio today, and we just happen to be recording on a Sunday. How you doing, Stan?
I'm doing well. How you doing, brother Joe? How you doing, sir?
Man,
Doing well.
I'm blessed. I ain't got no stress. But you know, man, today's topic is, are we living by the Ten Commandments? And I want to focus on just a few. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbors. Thou shalt not have no other gods before
Okay.
me. And the main one is thou shalt not kill. Now, here's what I came up with this, right? Easter has just passed, and every year since I was a little kid, we watched Moses go to the mountaintop. He went in there young, but he came out an old man with the tablets, the Ten Commandments. And I'm gonna scratch my head because today, in my personal opinion, I don't think the so-called Christians, many of them, are not living by the Ten Commandments. Now, I'm talking about a segment. You know, I'm going by what I see, and I'm going by what they say. Now, number one, are we living by the commandment of thou shalt not bear false witness against our neighbors? That means no lies, no false truths, no BS, no claiming what we saw but didn't see, but it's not the truth. And I love this, but don't put no other God before me. And I'm not going to get into the political arena, but many so called Christians are putting one person. In fact, I'm not going to call his name, but I saw on TV the other day, it was like, oh, he's the second coming of Jesus Christ. I'm like, really? He's a man. And lastly, thou shalt not kill. You got people willing to do anything in today's world, 2024. And I digress. That's not a Christian to me. But first, let me tell you about my faith. I'm a believer. I'm not a Christian. I just spiritually believe. Well, I guess I encompass that. So, without further ado, sir, what is your take on what you think and what you're seeing now about the
What?
commandments, the ones we got here?
Well, one thing I can interject and say is like, good luck with that about people doing right because it's human characteristics to do wrong. And I can interject again and say that we as a nation, we have individuals, we have different. Some of it is politically activated or instigated. We still have that in these days and times. I just find myself praying more, and I just try not to let it like get me internalized because I tell you, if you got upset over things that have been done, over people telling you your rights and putting us back a few years, trying to mess with the voting rights and trying to tell women what to do with their bodies. I've
But
never
they, but, but
seen.
they say they Christians though.
Yeah,
Now
they
go
say
ahead.
they're Christians. They really do. They may say that, but like I said, if you believe everything you hear, if I choose to only go by what I see with people because I hear stuff that nothing like good stuff. Not at all, man. I mean, and I just feel like we have to continue to pray, continue to vote, continue to try to live right, upright, and let these individuals just continue to stay false witnesses. Let them continue to uh, tell lies amongst themselves, and it's gonna happen. I just hate to say it that way, but I've never seen it this bad. And
You're right
and I
about
can,
it.
yeah,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. Well, no, I can interject that when we were young and we had more formats, when we would go to elementary school, we would say, the Lord's Prayer. before we, went to do things. We kept God in our schools when we were coming up, and it just seemed to make a big difference. But now there are individuals that don't want anything to do with God in our schools. They like I said, they are really people that want everything wrong, everything evil to be up for in the forefront. And we as people are just so gullible and susceptible to listen to lies and allow it to become the truth.
And you
Yes.
know, man, back in the day too, I remember when I did go to church, I had some belief on what the man or the woman in the pulpit was telling me. But I digress and say that now you got people on videotape seeing and saying many years ago that they believe in the spirit and they go by the Ten Commandments, but you got them now saying, "No, that ain't true. I didn't say that. I didn't say that." And I want to just go back to this man putting a human being on a pedestal and worshiping that person. That's not a person of faith to me. I just don't get it. And then lastly, with the thou shall not kill, you got people doing all kind of crazy stuff because they believe what somebody is telling them. Like I said, you should not put, as we see on the bottom, thou shalt not bear false witness against our neighbors. Thou shalt not have no other God before me. And man, I'm gonna tell you this right quick, sir. I believe in what you're doing. I like the quotes and sayings that you put on Facebook. I check them out when I check them out, and I can tell that you are a man of faith, and I really appreciate that. So keep doing what you're doing, sir, and we just keeping it real, and we telling our truth. And it is my belief and hope that other people understand that, you know, I'm not a fortune teller, storyteller. I'm just keeping it real. And it don't make no sense to me that a person can call themselves a person of faith and do all the lying and all that other stuff. It don't make no sense to me, sir. Take us out.
Okay. Well, one thing I want to say that hits me really hard right now is I thank the Lord that He's allowed me to still be here through all the adversities that I've been through. And I am a God fearing person. But when you come and talk about the Ten Commandments, it's already in certain ways, and I'm not trying to, I have to say this. When you
Keep it
look
real,
at
sir. Keep it real.
Charleston Heston and Elizabeth Taylor, which are Caucasians, but yet they are in areas with Jerusalem or wherever they were at in hot climates, that the people that they are representing and exemplifying really did not look nothing like them. But that's the movies. And like I said, when you got an entity that has all this power and money, this is what they want to interject. And this is easy to just put this on people, and you don't have to, but a lot of people say, well, you know what, I might as well agree with it, or this is how it really is. People really believe this. They really believe, and that's kind of like a falsehood to me. And when I start seeing things, when you're talking about the history and you project it the way it really was, and don't come in here and just try to throw when it's not that way. I have an issue with that, but it is what it is. And these are the days and times that we live in. God help us. We need some help.
Oh, yes, sir. We need some help. And I want to thank you for helping me, Joe Craig, real and telling the truth, keep it real.
Yes,
Because
sir.
I
Yes,
can't
sir.
do it any other way, sir. Well,
Well,
Stan,
you
thank
do.
you.
You,
No, go ahead, sir.
thank
Go
you.
ahead.
You keep it real, and I respect your platform and how you go about it. I've known you for many years, and you have always kept it real, and I utmost give you respect, and I try to give you your props while you living. You're a good guy. You're a good person. Much respect. and God's blessings to each and every one of us on the formats that we are dealing with. Thank you so much for including me.
All righty, folks. Oh yeah, man, we good, sir. And you check this out, folks. If you want to check us out on YouTube, it's Greg Audrey Group. That's one word. On Facebook at Reeling and Telling the Truth. Stan and I will be back with you next weekend for another outstanding topic. But I'm going to recap. Are we living by the Ten Commandments? Thou shalt not bear false witness against our neighbors, which you are doing. And thou shalt not have no other gods before me. Now, that's another topic, too. Thou shalt not kill, because you could even say this. We can say this. I can say this. We got regular people that have stuff and things that they're worshiping. But that's another topic of another day. We're talking about the Ten Commandments, and that's how we're going to do it, sir. Appreciate you, man. You have a good rest of the day, evening.
And I salute you, King. Yes, sir.
I